watched Belle yesterday. Trust me, I did not expect an anime to tackle the topics of child abuse and online personality, both of which are very personal to me. I sobbed a few times for sure, not just because of the emotion put into the acting, but because I could see the characters in the same situation as me in the past. And in a way, I wish my life turned out more like that movie. Hello everyone, welcome to Humane Connection. I am your host whose name and face is a mystery, and I'm here to do some soul searching. Belle is an animated film that came out in 2021 by Mamoru Hosoda and Studio Chizu. Mamoru Hosoda is all very well known for anime like Summer Wars, Wolf Children, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and others. Well, Belle starts off by introducing the world of You. It's a virtual reality social platform that most users slip in and out of seamlessly. You can see someone on the news one day and be talking to them online just 10 minutes later without realizing it. One cool thing they introduce is the connection between your virtual and real self. So the U platform actually scans your biometric information and pinpoints and enhances your prominent physical and psychological qualities. For someone, it can mean being given a very strong and resilient avatar, and for others it means being a literal crying baby. In a way, the film is also a social commentary on modern internet behavior and the inescapability from hurtful comments by millions of strangers. Now, our protagonist is Suzu, a seemingly regular high school girl hiding trauma and loss under the surface, as well as a beautiful singing voice. She registers on the U platform as Belle. She strengthens her singing voice and becomes an overnight sensation, while still having intense social anxiety in real life. Things change when she learns of a user called Dragon. He's a fighter from the martial arts arena, but he's getting chased around and constantly threatened by internet law enforcement who are obsessed with revealing his identity. We suspect that he might have some physical trauma, at least on his avatar's back, which is again based on the user's real body. But we notice he is also very protective of a user called Angel. In a Beauty and the Beast storyline, Belle actually gets to know Dragon and tries her best to support him, but to no avail. His secluded online world eventually gets burned down, and his real name is soon to be revealed to 5 billion people ready to dox him. Suzu can't stand the thought of her friend getting hurt and takes matters into her own hand to find him before the enforcers do and protect him however she can. By accident, in the sea of potential identities, she finds a live stream with a singular angelic voice singing a song. It's a young boy Tomo, who Suzu just recently saw on TV with his brother Kei and their affluent father. Suzu realizes that the two actually are the Angel and the Dragon users, and to prove her identity and show her trust and support for the brothers, Suzu takes off her Belle avatar and sings Dragon a song in front of the entire U user base, basically sacrificing her privacy for her friend. As Suzu and the brothers reconnect, the live stream gets out of hand quickly as we witness their abusive father lash out at the brothers, with the older brother Kei protecting the younger from the abuse with his back. So the back bruises now make sense, and the film turns from a Beauty and the Beast wannabe to an actually serious discussion of child abuse. And it made me go from surface level cringing to deeply invested and, kind of getting my own flashbacks. Suzu realizes that the brothers are in danger, takes the first train to Tokyo, and actually finds the brothers. She confronts the abusive dad, and although she was not able to do much, for the first time in the boy's life, she was able to be the friend to be there for them. The film ends with Suzu coming back to her small town alone, with many viewers wondering, why didn't she bring the brothers back with her? As I said, I did go through the first half of the movie kind of rolling my eyes, but by the end, I promise you, I was sobbing. It's emotional for me because The themes of the film I watched were representative of my life at many points, from both sides, both Suzu and their older brother Kei. Like Suzu, I developed a pretty lively social life online and learned to sing online with the help of VR chat. At the same time, like Kei, I have been physically abused by a parent while not being able to tell anyone about my circumstances. And I feel like all these moving parts kind of gave me a unique perspective of viewing the ending of the film. And I hope it can be useful for you guys to hear. I saw a lot of comments on this film about why the ending does not work, that it is rushed, that in the context of child abuse it makes no sense, and etc, etc. It's actually pretty ironic reading the trashing negative comments for a film that literally critiques that very online behavior. But as someone who lived personally through a very similar abusive living situation as the characters, just let me try to explain why the ending is still realistic. In my experience, child abuse is not something you escape by leaving, especially when you have something to lose. You live through it year after year, fight after fight, bruise after bruise. And yes, you do fantasize about leaving. You do fantasize about someone swooping you from your feet and saving you, taking you far, far away from there. But most of the time, there's no one to do so. And most people wouldn't bother. And yes, I'm talking to you, Dad. And you start to fantasize eventually about running away on your own. In my own experience, I started hiding 1,000 rubles in my bra, memorizing phone numbers of friends, and addresses of churches in case I got the courage to run away and actually needed to find shelter for the night and not get kidnapped and killed as an 11-year-old. To this day, I sometimes blame myself for not running away that one summer when I had the opportunity, when I knew I wouldn't freeze in the cold, when I was overlooking the trees of the apartment complex and planning out where exactly I would run and hide from my mother chasing me. When I was sitting and making a choice to stay or to run. I knew it was a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but no matter how much I might fantasize about leaving back then, I know very clearly why I didn't. Why? Well, because I had something to lose. As somehow ugly as it sounds when I say it, I was given many privileges and material, money-tied things as a child, many of which I got deeply attached to. My room, my school, my friends, my phone, my music, my summers abroad, my crushes, my favorite food, my clothes, my personal items. In a way, it was everything I had, everything that made up my identity as an 11-year-old sitting alone in her room. In a way, I resent myself for valuing material things so much that I would rather get beat up on a regular than lose all that. But at the end of the day, those are the things that held up my pretty empty internal world. Those are the things that let me mentally escape reality and that made me have a richer inner life and a sense of self. At 11 years old, do you really expect me to abandon my entire support structure and go out there into the real world? I knew even then I wouldn't survive. I knew that I would crumble like a cookie and I would either get lost or cling to the first person who'd take advantage of me, or if I was lucky, crawl back to my family just to continue the cycle of abuse. God knows what could have happened to me if I got into the wrong car or caught the attention of the wrong man. So if I was going to end up back at home again, why would I run away in the first place? Now, seemingly, Kei's situation could have been different. Yes, Suzu could have come back and saved him and his brother, taking them away from their problems. But in reality, that is also just a fantasy. If they left, what would most likely happen is their affluent celebrity father would pull the strings and bring back control over his children while ruining the lives of everyone else, just for the kids to be dragged back and actually physically abused this time. Yeah, that sounds overly pessimistic, but that is one way child abuse works in more well-off families. It's girl boss, gatekeep, gaslight. So on this background, everything seems depressing, doesn't it? What did Belle even do? What did Belle even change? Well, in my opinion, a lot. And I wish there was someone like her for me back then. Not someone to take me away, but someone to do exactly what she did, to come to me in person, give me a hug, and show me that a good life is worth fighting and waiting for. Was it unrealistic that she stood up to a grown man who could overpower her? Maybe, but I think not entirely, because one of the biggest things upper middle class abusive parents fear is looking bad in front of other people and no longer being able to gaslight their surroundings. Trust me, my mother would never hurt another kid in her life. How could she? She's not a monster, right? As little as Suzu technically did, she did a lot for Kei's understanding of standing up for himself, believing in himself, and knowing that he is not alone and that someone is out there thinking about him. There's someone out there willing to listen and come visit him and help him live through this and eventually let him get back on his feet when he is of age. It is not always about giving money or taking away someone's entire life to help them. Sometimes it's about compassion and friendship and not looking down at someone for choosing their own path of navigating the situation. Do I wish someone would come and take me away from back there? Honestly, not anymore. If they did so, I would not have been able to go abroad, get the education I got, develop the perspective I have, and get the cultural change and therapy I desperately needed. I would not be in this country, and I would not be able to give my future children the privileges of being born in a democracy. What I do wish is that I had a friend to help me get through this. I wish I had someone to show me a way to develop more inner strength and see something in myself earlier. Having even one person like that, it would be nice. I am lucky to have the online friends I have now. No matter how possibly fleeting or vulnerable the connection might be, it would be a dream to have an online friend visit me back then and stand up to my mother even once. Now that I have a partner too, it means the world to me to have someone who could physically protect me in case things go wrong. And it's still one of my biggest dreams to visit all my VR chat friends, connect with them, not just online, but as real people, to get to see their life, help them in more tangible things, be it cooking or cleaning or anything. To be there for them in person, to give them a pat on the back and tell them it will be okay, whatever they're going through at that time. To show them that no matter how far away I am, I can still be there for them. In all of this, I will say, if you are in an abusive situation right now, I am not telling you to stay. I am not telling you anything. I do not know the situation of every one of you, and I'm completely unqualified to speak on behalf of those from different life circumstances, different socioeconomic status, cultural, religious background, and many other factors. All I can do is pinpoint how my situation was influenced by a certain kind of upbringing and how can that affect one's decision to stay or leave. This is not instructional. And if you can take away one thing from this video, is that only you know what is best for you. I knew what was best for me at the time, and what I'm saying is I think the brothers from the film also knew what was best for them. Ultimately, we can't always physically protect each other over the internet. But what we can do is support each other, have candid conversations, be there for each other when no one in real life will. To be each other's positive voices to listen through headphones. And for those who have been there for me, to talk through things, to hang out, to take my mind off of things, thank you. Thank you, Jack and Tony and Senpai, for taking the time to listen and help. And thank you, Fruit Pie and Hugo and Devillain and Chief and Dandelion and many others for being such great company and for letting me get to know you. To you guys, Unadon, BJ, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here if you ever want to talk. Thank you all and everyone who listened to me sing as well and didn't judge me. You are all my online bells.